And we are back. Appreciate y'all for being here, tapping in with us. We have another breakdown of the run game. Let me just show y'all what's on the menu for y'all today. Just a lot of nonsense, okay? San Francisco 49ers beat down on their part. Tony Pollard rushed for 8 yards and 29 carries. Bobo. Rico D rushed for 5 yards and 15 carries, even though 4 of these carries were in Cooper rush time. We're not going to be watching all those, but for the most part, boo-boo. Let's see. Deuce Vaughn got 3 carries, but that was also in Cooper rush time, so that's bad. That's bad also. Hunter Lipke didn't get any rushes, and Kevontae Turpin had the biggest play of the game, but that was in the passing game. He did not get involved in the rushing yardages, okay? So that's what we got today. It's probably going to be a shorter episode because the Cowboys threw the ball a bunch, and the run game let Nas down here. So it is what it is, man. Let's kind of run into it and see what the business is. Let's see what the business is with Tony Pollard on the field. This looks a little weird. Let's bring this thing back here. This looks a little weird. Let's bring this back here. So I could be wrong, because I wasn't in the play I wasn't in the huddle when this was called or whatever. But what it feels like is Tyron Smith is outside zone blocking Tyron Smith is inside zone blocking while everybody else is outside zoning. Okay. So if you look at Tyron Smith, actually let's work from Terrence Steele and Zach Martin, because they did theirs perfectly, right? Inside zone blocking looks like Terrence stepping into a block, Zach stepping into a block, and them working to the linebacker, right? So we're basically double teaming until we get to the linebacker. That's what an inside zone block would look like. Outside zone is more so Zach is occupying a little bit of you. Terrence is overtaking so Zach can climb. So you see how inside zone stuff really works up, but outside zone stuff really works outside. Right. So in this case, Zach Martin and Terrence Steele are not working up. They're working sideways. Right. So Zach occupy just until Terrence Steele can overtake. Terrence Steele overtakes, then Zach climbs. And the same thing is kind of happening with Biadasz and Terrence Steele here. It's just that Terrence Steele never came off this block. So let's just look at Zach and Terrence Steele right now. Perfect. Zach and Terrence Steele did this perfectly. Right? Combo, overtake, climb, cut it off. Perfect. Now, Biadasz kind of got hung up on Tyler Smith's block because Tyler Smith didn't come off of his block. But Tyler Smith at this point is supposed to come off in block 29. But that's not what's weird about this play. Tyler just kind of made an error right there, but he was still running the right play. What makes it weird, Tyron Smith, is if he was inside zone blocking, he would be working. I'm gonna get y'all this. If he was inside zone blocking, he'd be working this way, right? Blocking to that inside shoulder. But instead, if he was supposed to be outside zone blocking, he would be working to the outside to hook, right? And when he works outside to hook, you would want your running back to work off of him hooking. That ain't what happened here. Tyron Smith kind of based this dude out. Boom. And when Tyron Smith based him out, he basically created a wall right here. So when you talk about defensive end setting the edge, Tyron let this defensive end set the edge on him. And maybe that happened because Tyron Smith wasn't taking a proper outside zone step. Why is this important? Because this big wall right here, Tony's going to see that wall that's made by Tyron Smith. He's going to see that wall and cut everything back. Now, normally cutbacks are good, but this is why cutbacks are bad in outside zone blocks, right? And they're not, bad all the time, but just I'll tell you why it's bad right here. Because we're outside zone blocking, we're working for the outside shoulder. Okay. Tyron Smith is supposed to be working for the outside shoulder. Biadasz is working for the outside shoulder. Terrence Steele is working for the outside shoulder. So we all have to work to our left to block that outside shoulder. Here's the problem. If we work to our left, we can't have Tony working to our right. That's what happened right here with Tyler Smith. Tyler blocked the hell out of 98 because he was on the outside shoulder. Tony ran right there to his inside shoulder. We don't have the inside shoulder block. And Tony had to run where we weren't blocked. Why? Because Tyler Smith didn't properly execute his block. So that's on him first. Moving on. We ran the ball once, got a 3 and out. San Francisco had the ball for a long time, but that's how life works. Now we backed up here. Tony Pollard, if I remember correctly, he got a really good gain on this one and fumbled. And that gave San Francisco some really good field yardage, field percentage or whatever. Not field percentage, field position or whatever. And they were able to go and score and capitalize on that. So let's see what happened on this play. What even happened on this play? First of all, boy, that's some bodies in the box, ain't it? Boy, that's some bodies in the box, ain't it? It is what it is. All right, so let's see. I hate my tight ends dealing with defensive ends flat out, but whatever. Schoonmaker gets one-on-one versus the defensive end. That's the first issue there. So let's see who we got pulling. Tyler Smith is pulling. Everybody else kind of climbing. We've seen that play before where the front side guard pulls. Zach Martin ran it in the other game, and we were trying to figure out what that was. I never ran that, or I've never seen anybody coach that where the front side tackle just pulls. But that's what's happening here. Tyler is pulling. Tyler is pulling. Tyron Smith is blocking down on the man that's over Tyler, so he can pull and get there. Everybody else kind of climbing. Not a bad concept really, but we're working outside and we're letting Tony Pollard just get to that outside. Now it's working. We're working to outside shoulders and Tony's running to outside shoulders. Now it makes sense here. So we get a Lipke block here. Boom. We get Tyler right there. Bam. We got space. Why these guys run free? Did Bladish get to his? All right, Fred Warner just got rid of Biadish right here. He just got rid of him. Cool. Terrence got his block, but he just got let go also. So yeah, Tony Pollard basically by himself. Fred Warner was a dog in this game, and it made me sick. But game is game. He got us. I'm gonna constantly tell y'all how mad I get when tight ends have to block defensive ends. Like I'm just gonna constantly have that conversation with y'all, and I'm gonna constantly be mad about defensive backs that aren't blocked by us making plays on us. Okay. So here we go. I imagine we got a double tight end combo. Cowboys do this a bunch. Schoonmaker and Jake Ferguson to 56 and 54. Schoonmaker could not block Fred Warner. But, Fred Warner's in them, he's in them trenches. Like offensive lineman can't block Fred Warner. However, Fred Warner is a regular linebacker, and I would like for Schoonmaker, who's we think is a good blocking tight end, I would like for him to be able to block Fred Warner better than that. So that's that. But Jake Ferguson on this defensive end by himself, hate it. Can't stand it. Can't stand it. Who is this even for? It is what it is. Something else I hate too is I draw an arrow right here. The unaccounted for defensive back player. And I've been talking about this at least once a game, like since we've been doing this. Now, matter of fact, let's see. Let's go to the wide view. The unaccounted for defensive back is right here. Okay. You got CeeDee Lamb here. You got a defensive back right there and a defensive back right here. Now, what ends up supposed to be happening is CeeDee Lamb is supposed to be blocking this defensive back right here, but we're running to the inside. This DB is going to run inside because we're running inside. CeeDee Lamb has outside leverage on this DB right here. Let me bring it here. So what ends up happening is the DB in which we can see him. Can y'all see him on the screen? Yeah, y'all can see him. The DB on the screen here is running inside. CeeDee Lamb is off the film somewhere. He's off the film. There's no way CeeDee Lamb could cut this DB off. So he's an unaccounted for DB. Jake Ferguson's blocking a defensive end. Schoonmaker just not being able to block Warner at all, this ends up being a bad play. And this comes down to a scheme for me. Why don't you motion Lamb in closer if he's to be blocking 26? How about we just not put small people on big people ever again? I don't know. Rico D appearance. Let's see what that looks like. Jeez, man, a lot of stuff happened right here. Let's start backwards here. Let's start with Jake Ferguson here. Start with Jake Ferguson here. Let's see what he's doing. Hey, bro, I don't care who we talking about, bro. Jake Ferguson one-on-one with Nick Bosa is never a good idea. By himself one-on-one with Nick Bosa, that's never a good idea, bro. And that's coaching to me. It looks like we have a trap play. Nope, because we get Tyler. It's supposed to be pin and pull. It's supposed to be pin and pull. Whenever you get front side guard and backside tackle, it's supposed to be pin and pull, but I could just easily call this trap here and there. But yeah, pin and pull, whatever. But here we go. Boom, boom. And look, man, part of me feel like maybe we're supposed to work outside on that, right? Maybe we're supposed to run outside, but it got blew up so fast. It got blew up so fast from Bosa on Ferg. And what's supposed to happen is, I guess and this is what makes me feel like this is partially trap also, as opposed to pin and pull. What is when you let 98 go and Terrence runs over to kick him out, there's supposed to be a lane between the center, which is Brock Hoffman right now for whatever reason. I guess Biaggi got hurt. I forgot. But there's supposed to be a lane off of Terrence's butt behind Brock Hoffman. But Brock Hoffman didn't even block. Yeah, Hoffman didn't even block Warner. But we just could not block Fred Warner here, boy. He just shucks, man. Tyler Smith got his block, but I think the biggest thing that happened here that kicked off this chain of events was Nick Bosa on your tight end there. And I never advocate that, but off of that, you got some pin and pull up front. So whether this was supposed to be an outside play, we don't know because there was so much penetration. How about this play? Let's see what the business is. Ah, man. Hey, bro, I tell you what, whenever we run outside or we use these wide plays or whatever, I think the Cowboys could be a really good outside zone team. Last year, I think that they could have been a really good outside zone team. But in this situation, Tony Pollard, I simply just want you to just stay your ass outside, bro. Just follow your blockers outside because you had it outside. You had it outside. You actually got the numbers outside. So you got a block right here, and you got Tyron. There's probably a cornerback out there. Block here, block. Yeah. Tony, just stay outside, bro. Stay outside, bro. Yeah, that's on Tony. What happened with everybody else, man? I'm just curious. What happened? Schoonmaker backside, chop block. That's fine. That's what Ferg should have did. Terrence, release, Zach climbs. Didn't get there, but that's fine. Tyler Smith. Let's see what Tyler. Look, could nobody block Fred Warner? Let's see what Tyler Smith does versus Fred Warner here. That's what y'all supposed to do. That's what y'all supposed to do. Take note, young offensive lineman. That's what y'all supposed to do. That's what y'all supposed to do. Schoonmaker, Brock Hoffman. That's what y'all supposed to do to Fred Warner. This was supposed to happen. This was supposed to happen. And look, I know Fred Warner's a gangster. Fred Warner's incredible. Best linebacker in the league. But this was supposed to happen. Be honest, this was supposed to happen. Just one more time for the get. Just one more for the one more. Just get down for the get down. That's what's supposed to happen. I ain't even mad at Tony no more. Cause Tony was like, okay, look, Tyler over there. Let me at least run over there by Tyler. But nah, man, Tony, just stay outside, bro. I'd have been trying to find 73 too. Just run behind Tyler, bro. Fred Warner giving Zach Martin the blues. Okay, well, not really. It's supposed to be combo to Fred, but in Zach Martin in his combo woes, he couldn't get the Fred Warner. Fred Warner got there a little quicker than expected, but that Fred Warner pressure, in which Fred Warner's just kicking our ass at this point, not Tyler Smith's though, but Fred Warner at this point is just blowing up everything for us. It's just frustrating, man. It's frustrating. The two Tylers have a pretty good combo going right here. It's always lovely to watch Tyler Smith work. It's always lovely to watch him work. Tyron, he's doing fine. He's doing his job, but Tony wasn't giving much, so he gave us a little more than what was left over. But hey, who made the play? Who was there first? The unaccounted for DB, boy. Psh, hey, man, I'm telling y'all, the unaccounted for DB, they make the play every time. All you got to do is walk them dudes down. They're going to make the play every time. How about this play here? Let's see. 5407. Let's see. Okay. Got a little bit of a slow give there, a little bit of a draw there here. So, but listen though, at this point though, this box is totally different than anything that we've seen early in this game. Y'all want to know why? Because the Cowboys are losing by 30 at this point. And when you losing by 30, you can as a defense, all you got to do is respect the pass now and just dare us to run on you. So instead of hitting them in the mouth, we just decided to, run a little draw play. Just a little draw-y-why. It's all right. Just a little draw-y-why. That's what we decided to do. This look right there. A little draw-y-why. And that's really it. And the rest of the game is Dak Prescott throwing the football, trying to get us back into the game, and then Cooper Rush gets involved. So, like I said, very short episode. I warned you, and I appreciate y'all for tuning in regardless, man. I'll tap in with y'all next time versus the Chargers. This was a hard watch. This ain't going to be hard to watching that damn playoff game, but this was definitely a hard watch. Peace, y'all.